Hey guys, welcome to Sippin Spillin with Syd from 3 Mississippi. Sorry, it's a hot day and like that there. I was cooking this morning. I wanted to bring some stuff to a friend who just had a little something done, and hung out with her for a little while. And I had to go pick up some feed from the feed store. I think he's gonna come out here and join me.
Started.
Yeah. I had to go pick up some feed from the feed store, and got home and I had to hurry up, and it's actually rendering right now. A buddy of ours, Scott Southworth, who lives in Nashville, had asked me to choreograph a line dance for a song that he's doing a music video for shortly. Which is totally unlike me. I procrastinated on it. He asked me to do it right before Christmas, and he's like, I don't need it till March. And I was like, I've got tons of time between now and then to find time to do this. I'm sure I did. I forgot about it until about a week and a half ago, and I went, oh, I never did that. And so anyway, so I came home and worked on that for the last, I don't know, hour or so. And it's up there. I videoed it and I'm rendering it to send up to him. So hopefully he likes it, because, well, that's what it is. But it's always fun when you get to do that kind of stuff and then see the interpretation between what you taught in the video versus what they end up kind of translating it to. I always say line dances are sort of like a game of telephone, because if you go to one bar and they do the dance this way, by the time you get to another bar, even in the same county, the dance is sometimes different. So always kind of funny to me. But so that's done. All I have to do is get it off to him once it's done rendering, and I'm happy that that's handled, and hopefully he likes it, like I said. But that's always a fun thing. So I'll let you guys know when that one comes out, and it should be.
I moved my shoe.
I know you made him angry.
I was gonna bring out those little rosebuds. Should I go grab them? Go grab some?
Yeah,
we found a plant.
They found a plant. They went exploring a bit. I swear, since yesterday. So we had this big storm that was coming through. We're under tornado watch. We're still technically under a flood watch, or a flood warning still. But honestly, I checked the gauge this morning and we had 1.5 inches of rain.
This looks like a chicken foot.
It does kind of. But here, let me hold it closer so they can see better. But they're edible, as you can see. They're, I guess, in the pea family. And what did Daddy say they were called?
They were red something.
Red something, yeah.
Red something rosebud things. I just call them pink plant because they're actually pink. They're not red. Yeah. They might bloom to be red. I don't really know.
But anyway, they bloom into these like pea pods that are also edible. But they're beautiful, and they're kind of all over right now. There are a lot of them on silver. And I had to take the trace down to my friend's house today, and there's a ton of them on the trace, and a bunch of dogwood blooming. I mean, it's beautiful on the trace right now. I mean, everything. The grass is all greened up just in our front yard overnight. So it's pretty cool to see it. It's like on the verge, and then it's like green. It's kind of funny to see, and then everything's like blooming, and then a bunch of my plants that are down here, I need to go through and pull out some of the leaves that are still, there's some oak leaves that have blown in there that are still, but all the new plants are coming out of the old plants that were planted in this.
You're gonna have to do some garden. That's so weird.
I know.
Sydney gardening.
I don't do the gardening.
It always feels wrong.
It does.
But she can do this gardening. It's very easy plants.
It's easy gardening. Yeah. So I think I can handle it. I do think I need to get some more like stone or bark or something.
Yeah, it
to put
does
over
need
the
some
weed barrier where it's kind of popping through. And I just need to kind of tidy that up a little bit.
But you could probably just buy some bags of mulch from somewhere.
Yeah, that's probably what I'll end up doing. But yeah, it just needs some cleaning up, and but it's looking good. Other than that, like with the plants coming through, so that's exciting. And then my gardenias, that 6-degree day that we had really messed with my gardenia bushes out here. So they're coming back, but they're struggle bussing quite a bit. I hope that they make it through, but we'll see. We'll see how they do. But yeah, I'm not, as you may very well know, I am not the plant person in the family. I don't generally do planty type things. Marvin, though, we're on like a week now of Marvin, and Marvin is still kicking.
Who's Marvin?
Marvin, the houseplant.
Which one?
The one that I bought.
Oh,
that's right here. Yes.
Marvin, my Marvin is sad. I might let you save him. Do you want to save Marvin?
Have you been watering him?
No.
Well, it doesn't take a genius. But I've got a couple basil plants that are doing really well in my kitchen window, and then I've got Marvin doing quite well, I would say.
It's why I bought one of those, because I knew that those needed a little bit more maintenance, and I got a snake plant because those snake plants are almost invincible. So.
Oh, well.
But I should probably.
Well, the snake plant is the one that's named Marvin.
You got a snake plant?
You're new. Yes.
No, you didn't get a snake plant.
Yes, I did. It's sitting right on the table when you walk in the house.
That's not a snake plant.
That's what you told me it was called. I don't.
That's not the snake plant.
Oh.
That's the arugula.
You told me it was a snake plant. Well, you lied to me. I feel betrayed.
Hold on. Stop. Everybody stop.
Hammer time. I don't know. Collaborate and listen. I don't know. But anyway, all my plants, my house plants and my outside plants are currently alive. I consider that a win. I've not committed plantricide, as it were, this week. So there you have it. So far, they're still kicking.
I'm supposed to repot these, but I don't want to.
Oh yeah, that's the one I have.
So no, this is an aruga whatever.
Oh, and that's a snake plant.
And this is a snake plant. As you can see, my aruga thing is.
It looks sad.
It's a little.
Yeah, I repotted mine and added like.
Well, no, mine is just because I haven't been watering it.
Okay, well you should probably do that.
I should probably. I'm gonna leave that there so that I do that.
Okay.
But this is my snake plant. I have not named this plant. I have only watered this plant 3 times since I've gotten it, and he's still alive.
He's very dry. He's quite thirsty.
Yeah, probably.
He's quite thirsty, let me tell you.
He's not going to be all right for much longer, so no. I should probably... This is my sign to... This is your sign!
Go water your plants. Because they will die. If you don't water your plants, they will die.
Bunko, stop.
Bunko's... He can do what he wants.
Well, he's going to take my plant.
It's fine.
It's my plant.
Well, it's game over now.
It's his plant.
It's his plant
now.
now.
Is that poisonous to animals? I don't know.
Shoot, I don't know.
Hopefully not.
It's edible for us, so it's probably not poisonous to them.
Yeah, but sometimes... I don't know. Sometimes things happen.
Yeah.
It's like a forest.
It is. It is a forest.
That's lovely.
Oh my. Yes. So
tigers and bears.
So you guys are seeing this on Friday. Today's actually Thursday for us. That went wrong. Welcome to my life. This weekend is supposed to be beautiful and sunny. The storm that came through for us anyway was not bad. I know some places really did end up getting hammered. And all kinds of stuff like that. But here, like I said, we got about 1.5 inches of rain, which was about perfect because we did this big burn over here, which you guys will see that video on Sunday. Working on that one right now. We burned half of one field and all around the pond, and then the rain started a couple hours later and it was perfect. So lots of big squirrels out this morning and lots of birds going through the burned areas. So whatever we burned off, something was popping out that they were enjoying because it was just covered with critters, which was, it's always good to see when critters come out and find things, I guess, on, you know, you can see like, oh, okay, this does this and this does that and this, you know, this happens when this happens, and kind of get a feel for it. And the way he divided the burn for that field, that originally he was gonna have to bush hog it, but the way he divided it, he's gonna kind of see like how much does it regenerate that soil, like side by side, because it's half, like a big chunk of that one pasture. So, and I think he's gonna throw down some goodies there to regrow some kind of clover or ground cover that's good for the sheep, because I know there's some that are not good for the sheep, and then there's some that are, and some that you have to be careful how you do it if you turn it into hay and all that stuff. So anyway, but again, he's the plant person, so he's going to figure that out, and I think throw down something accordingly that would work properly for what we want for that, because there will be sheep over there before too much longer, which is exciting because, like I said, this weekend we're hitting that chicken coop hard. And then it was aggressive.
That was a lot.
Yeah, we're gonna hit that chicken coop hard. And then it's on to fencing, because then hopefully I can throw the goats over there and I can get some lammies and we'll have a good old time, and then I'll have my birds and I'll have my little tiny quadrupeds, and then you'll get your big quadruped, your horse.
So, little tiny quadrupeds.
Yeah, little tiny quadrupeds.
Sheep are not that small. Are we talking about sheep?
Yeah, well, let's talk about sheep. And
sheep
then,
aren't that small.
Well, they're not small, but compared to a horse, they're small.
I guess.
I mean,
those Dorsets are pretty large, which aren't the ones that we're gonna get, but still,
yeah.
Dorset lambs. I mean, Lindo, she was big.
She was a little bit bigger than Lundy. You know,
really? Yeah. I thought she was bigger than that. No, I thought she was as big as Pony. Or like close to it.
No. Negative.
Oh.
Negative, Nancy.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, no. So yeah, I'm excited. I really hope we were able to make some real progress on that this weekend and kind of, I mean, I don't think it'll get 100% done, but I think it's going to get hopefully to the point where it's like almost done. I'm really, really, really hoping we can get it, like, because we really need to start working on that fencing and getting that hammered out. So hopefully, you know, we'll be able to move right along to that project, because there's so many other things that we want to be able to do as far as getting animals and having their spots ready. And I didn't want to light us up, you guys. I know that, like, it might, especially since I have a hat on, it might seem a little bit darker, but I really wanted you guys to be able to see kind of as the sun was setting behind us. Like, it's so beautiful out after a storm. I enjoy that. And anyway, I want to share that with you. And I know Mike, when he sees this, is gonna be like, why didn't you launch a light? And I'm like, sometimes if you launch a light, you lose like some of the stuff, but he's probably still gonna yell at me, and that's okay. Your hair's really frizzy?
Yeah, because I was walking around. So me and Dad went and explored a little bit, obviously, plants. And then we looked at a few other things, and then I walked around for a while, and that was when he called me. He called me while I was up at the front of our property. He was like, where are you? And I was like, oh, I'm up front, because I was on the phone with one of my friends, and I was showing her something, because I found like a grate by the pond. There was like a grate, which is weird because it's all grass. And she was like, well, maybe that's the well. And I was like, no, the well's up here. So I took her to where it was. That's when Dad called me. And then he was like, those plants are edible. If you go back down there, go get some. So then I walked back down there and grabbed some because I was curious. And then I walked back up. But I don't even remember why I started talking. I'm going to stop. No, basically, no, my point was that I was walking a lot. And it's stormy, and now that was where I was going. I just had to go all the way around the block.
All the way around the block. She laughed it twice. She was like, let's go. So, yeah, he's going to jump up.
Don't do that, please.
He's going to jump up here and knock my camera down.
Stop.
And it's going to be,
what's happening?
Choosing violence is what's happening.
This is not okay. So, he's like, pink.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm really hopeful that this weekend we can kind of get that hammered out and really start getting everything ready to start with the fencing and, you know, getting some of the structures done, more of like a lean-to kind of structure situation that we can put the goats in at night and things like that. So, and those are things that should be able to kind of be banged out in like a day. That is just going to be to, you know, kind of keep them safe at night. So we'll see. I found a really cool design to do today, by the way, that I'm going to run by Mike as an addition to the coop. I don't know with our current design if I can incorporate it or not, but man, if I can, it's one of the cooler things that I've seen. I've seen different ways of people kind of trying to eliminate the waste from chicken coops to kind of keep them cleaner. And this one, he had kind of like a roosting rack, okay? I'm going to try to describe this as best I can. He had like a roosting rack this way with a grate underneath it going across underneath this roosting rack, right? And below it were bins underneath this big cupboard that ran the whole length of where the rungs were for the roosts. And there were bins underneath it to catch the droppings, and you just open this big cupboard underneath, and then between each crate of chicken poo, there was like a flashing over it so that it wouldn't fall down between the two bins, and it would go like this and go into one bin or the other and kind of protect the underneath, so it wasn't just building up a pile of poo in between the bins, right? And then he would collect all the bins, dump them all in his tractor, take them to his compost thing, dump it, wash out the bins, and put them back. And I'm like, that is brilliant. Like, I've seen the ones with the trays, but those are always like really kind of flimsy, and I've seen some other versions of things. This one just seemed to be the most like sustainable as far as like long-term use and like really being able to collect everything. Kind of like, I was kind of digging that idea. So I'm gonna see if Mike can maybe do that, or he might look at me and go, that's stupid, I'm not building that. I don't know.
That might be something you.
I think
almost sounds like something you could do yourself in a way. Like,
well,
if we just build the rack.
If I show you, no, because there's like a grate underneath it so that everything goes.
It's really.
You'd have to see. It's like a cupboard. Yeah, you'd have to see. It's confused. It's. I have to show her, but yeah, it's a cool idea. So I'm kind of like, I want to show it to him and see if it's something he can incorporate, or maybe he can do a better version even after looking at it. I don't know. Well,
that sounds like
sometimes I show your dad something and he comes up with something better, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that'll work. So you never know. But anyway, guys, lots of busy stuff happening this weekend. I hope you enjoy today's video on 3 Mississippi. And that is the fishing video that we've been talking about. It's our first time really going fishing, all 3 of us, in Mississippi. So I hope you guys enjoy that. If you haven't gone and checked that video out yet today, make sure you go do that on 3 Mississippi. And then of course on Sunday, we'll have the video that's got a couple different things going on in it. We got some really exciting metal work done for the chicken coop that we picked up from our neighbor. And we've got the summer sausage that Mike was working on, talk a little bit about that. And then we've got this big burn that we did. So lots going on Sunday's video as well. I hope you guys check it out and show us some love. Don't forget to subscribe to both that channel and this channel if you haven't already. We appreciate you. We hope you have a very, very blessed weekend. And until next time, safety's up.